first comment on those, and then I'll give you a little bit of feedback based on the manual in terms of the speech and the content of the speech and some of the goals and objectives of the speech. So Doug asked me to look for 3 things in this speech. He asked me to look for filler words, the ums, the ahs, the so's. He asked me to look for his confidence, and then he asked me also to look for his pace. So in terms of filler words, I would say that I was really kind of focused on what you were saying and less trying to count the ums and ahs, but I didn't notice them at all. I'm sure the grammarian will give you some feedback, but in general, I thought you did a good job with that. I felt like you were rehearsed and you knew your content, you knew what you wanted to say. You didn't tie a lot of ums and ahs, so it wasn't noticeable, and I didn't see anything that detracted for me from the content of your speech. In terms of confidence, I felt like you were confident. I mean, you started out with a smile. You started out with a pretty difficult transition, and if you didn't nail that joke as you did, it would have been tough to come back from, and I think you did a good job getting the speech started with a joke. And you also had a couple things that I noticed in terms of confidence. One is you pushed out of your comfort zone, I think, a little bit with your body language. So when you're talking about body language with your wife or your ex-wife crossing your arms, you were stepping back and forth, and you're sort of doing something different than just planting yourself and making eye contact for others. I thought that was good. You also engaged the audience, and you got close to somebody and showed what it looks like to have a little bit of uncomfortableness in terms of body language. And then in terms of pace, I didn't notice you going fast or slow, so I think your pace must have been good. I mean, you were cautioning me that you sometimes go too fast and you rattle things off too much, and you get a little bit too rapid in your speech, and I think you did a good job with that. I didn't notice, didn't see any noticeable high speed speaking. So the speech topic is keep them laughing, and you had some jokes, and you definitely started with a joke. There was a really good joke in the middle, but I thought you might have missed an opportunity to maybe go a little bit further, and I think we talked about this today in some of the speech topics and the evaluations, is getting out of your comfort zone. So as I read through the manual, I quickly read through all the suggestions and wrap up the speech with a humorous story.
Right.
I thought you missed a great opportunity in your third point when you're talking about being present, and you mentioned going to a meeting and building rapport with your client so that you have a more natural meeting, and you can deliver even bad news, sometimes a price increase with a smile, and kind of have a deeper personal connection with your audience. But then you went to your daughter, you went to your teenage daughter, and how they're always on their smartphone. And there's a joke in there somewhere. I mean, my daughter gives me fodder for millions of jokes, so I think you could have found something there. And at the end, maybe just trying to tie it all together with a humorous story. And humor is difficult, and that might be the thing where you can keep pushing outside of your comfort zone. So thank you for a good speech.
Thank you.